What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the X-Transbots Yaguchi, or their version of a Omnibot Downshift. So this is the second Omnibot from them. I got this from the Chosen Prime. Thanks for sending this out. And I'm excited for these just because I love the vehicle modes on these guys. So we have one more to go. And this is a Toyota Celica Supra, a nice sports car from the 80s. And the first one we got was a Ferrari, so we'll see. The last one eventually is a Mazda RX-7. And this one, really nice looking vehicle mode. We have this metallic white paint. There's a fleck in it. Hopefully it's showing up. Metallic gunmetal on the front and on the bumper. It's got silver and orange for the lights. A little silver piece here, which I think is meant to be the Toyota symbol right there on the front. Orange marker here, black stripe along the side, black door handle, rearview mirror, B-pillar with a little bit of red there. It does have die-cast wheels with rubber tires. Rolls nicely because it's nice and hefty. We have that same metallic black on the bumper with red, white, and orange and a black outline. That looks really good. And then a chrome for the muffler there. And a white spoiler here on the back. Translucent but smoked glass. I think that was a good decision so you don't see the inside. Overall, I think it looks very, very nice. Now we do have some features on this guy. We have opening headlights just like we've gotten in the past. And a nice silver detail under there. And these open a lot easier than some of the past ones. You have opening doors. There's a little place to stick a fingernail and open it this way. It has a hinge the other direction too, so just be aware of that. But nothing to see inside, but it does work as an opening door. We also get the storage for the gun. So if you open this up, you can bring in the gun. We can fold down on the handle. It's a nice chrome gun. Fold down on this, just put it at an angle, and then this is going to slide into here on the top, and then fold in. Make sure you fold that front part, otherwise you'll have a little trouble. That'll fold in there, and now we've stowed away all of the weapons. We also have a battle mode, so if we open up again this door, bring it down on this handle. So when we open the door regular, we're unpegging it from this. So when you have it in this mode, you want that tabbed in. You can flip up on these little chrome guns here. Same on this side. You can flip this open, flip it down, make sure it's plugged in there, flip that open. Now we have battle mode. I think it looks great. You can also kind of cheat and use this gun since it's here. We can open this up, slide this back down, and now you got the gun on the top as well. So pretty cool. You know, all of that works really well. And for a quick comparison, there it is next to the X-Transbots Fioravanti, their version of Overdrive. And these two look really nice together in their battle modes. They're about the same dimension, same width, same length. The other one is a little bit taller. It is a taller vehicle in real life anyway, so it's fine with me. I was surprised. This one comes with like 2 different blast effects, whereas this one doesn't come with any. It just comes with the gun. That's the only accessory with the whole thing. So I was a little strange to me, but I do think they look good together. And as is tradition, here it is next to the Magic Square Optimus Prime, and fits in nicely in the Masterpiece scale. I mean, all of these cars have been fitting well. So there you go. Alright guys, and I'm jumping here into robot mode, but for a reason. So often I take a look at the vehicle mode and then transform it off camera to practice. And then I put it back into vehicle mode and then transform it on camera to show you the transformation. So this is after the very first transformation. And I've now got this giant paint chip right here and a little one right here on both sides. And I was hoping that it was just underneath and not visible, but unfortunately it is visible on the vehicle mode. So when I go back to vehicle mode after this very first transformation, you're going to now see those chips there. All right, now let's get this guy transformed. And I think I've worked in a quick clip here, but you could see after one transformation, I got kind of paint chipping all over. On the front here, on the door, there's a little bit of paint right here on the bottom. It's just like all these little spots, and I have paint kind of all over me now. So you might want to do this with caution. Here's one of those paint chips. Just want to show you. So do this with caution. I mean, I'm not really sure how to prevent the paint from chipping, but it seems like it just is going to do it, whether you like it or not. But let's start on the front here. So I'm going to open up these doors, unpeg them from the front and the back, and just fold them down. And I'll just kind of get out of the way. You can actually fold it all the way down to get it out of your way. You're going to lift up on this windshield to get it unpegged. There's two tabs there. We're going to come to the bottom here. We're going to unpeg these from here. And if you can't reach it, you can just grab a spudger, but you're going to pop open this panel here and this panel here. And then pull this up. It's untabbing from the inside. Let's see, there's a little tab right there. So untab that from there. And that'll release both of these. Make sure you get it off of there. Once you do that, you can take the legs. You're going to extend them. Just pull them down right here. We can separate the legs at that joint. Oh, I'm afraid of what more paint is going to come off here. Come to the side here. You're going to unpeg from right here at the top of this quarter panel. Bring this down. And this might be where it's colliding. Now, I never hit that, so I'm not really sure what caused it, but once you got that open, we're going to come to the bottom here, and I'll show you on the back. This is going to tab into the front, so you actually had to push it. It'll click into place. You'll hear it. There it goes. So that now locks this black piece into the front of the white piece. All right? Go to the back here. You're going to flip this open up this panel. Flip this around. It's going to make a little box. On the inside, there's a tab that's going to clip in. So just make sure you have that all the way out. And clip that in like that. That'll come up. And that's basically one leg. Oops, came out. And just make sure you get that back in. Okay. So that's one side done. Go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Right now, we get both legs taken care of. We can take care of the upper body. So we're going to come to the back here. We're going to try to remove this waist piece. In order to do that, we're going to unpeg right here these two tabs. We're going to bring this back and then open these up. And you can see that kind of clears some space for this waist to come out. So you're going to pull this waist up and then pull it forward to get that all the way down. So it should end up like this. And I am trying to avoid chipping the paint, but there's just chips going all over. All right, now that we've done that, you can bring this back, both sides. If it pegged back in, just take it back out. But bring this up all the way, and then just leave this on the back for now, out of the way. All right, we're going to bring this entire back piece out. So unpeg from here, unpeg from here, and you can pull these away from the body. Come to the inside here, and we're going to remove these arms. So those will just fold out on these hinges right here. And now that'll free up the top section. So we're going to take this top section, we're going to lift up on this hinge right here. These are on sliders. Actually kind of hard to kind of see, but they are in there. So you're going to bring these arms down out of the way. Oh, and while we're here, you're going to take these black panels, fold these down. They're going to just line up right there on the inside. Those make up the abs, sort of. They kind of don't do a great job. But now they do that, then you can bring these arms down, and those will just situate right above there. All right, now that we've done that, we can take this. This is going to slide back. They're pegged, they're tabbed in this slider, so it can be tight. So you got to pull it, and you think that's all you have to do, but you actually snap it back into place on the back. So hold here, give it some nice support, and pull it till you hear the click. That was the click. All right, same on this one. Hold here, pull it until you hear a click. All right, now we've got that all the way back. So let's straighten them up. Bring this back, bring this forward. This entire piece can go to the back. Let's take care of these arms. They're out of the way. Fold that down, fold that up, come to the outside, flip this in to make the side of the arm. This is going to accordion down. There's a little tab and a slot. It's going to peg in to the side of the arm. And on the back, we can close that panel. So that's one arm done. I'll just do the other one off camera. All right, the last up here, we'll take care of this backpack. So I want to show it to you open before we start closing things. But this piece is going to come and end up like this. Now the book shows a totally different transformation than what it actually is. I just want to show it to you. If you go to the last page of the instructions, it shows that you're going to fold the inner back windows in. They're going to cover basically the sides or his obliques, and then he's not going to have any wings. But he very clearly has wings in all the videos you've seen, and that's because they've changed the design. These wings don't fold in anymore. So the instructions are actually wrong. You don't want to fold these in. In fact, they won't fit. What you want to do is have this wider black panel facing forward, and then this part on the back facing back. These two clips are going to fit around this piece right here. And before we bring that down, we're going to bring these guns out. So rotate these guns out. They're on a translucent hinge, so just be careful. We're going to rotate these out. Same on this side. We're going to bring this down now that we've pulled it out on this hinge. And this tab is going to fit in this slot right in the middle of this bar. And these two are going to go around that and kind of lock it into place. So get this all the way back. It should go as far down as it can. And then bring these two around the bar you just brought down. And then these two tabs on the back bumper are going to fit into the doors. So you kind of got to do all that at the same time. It's not easy. All right, and there's Yaguchi in robot mode. And I do think it looks pretty nice, especially from the front. Got some really nice paint. You got that gunmetal metallic black for the head, silver for the eyes, silver for the head crest. Nice golden red here with gunmetal on the sides. The waist or crotch piece has that golden red as well. From the side, not as good looking. You do have the nice chrome guns here on the side of the backpack. The abs obviously doesn't cover. There's a little panel here, but I'm pretty sure the design was intended to have this window fold down and then have the entire door fold in and cover the sides of the figure, which is why the instructions tell you to do that. But then I think they just either changed the design or had an issue maybe with putting a hinge here in the middle, so they decided last minute not to do it. But I do think that it does kind of hinder the design a little bit, because now you can sort of see through the middle. Here's the back. It's all right. He is a little bit, let's go over the articulation, but he is a little bit floppy in certain parts. These guns can rotate out, up and down on the ball joint, and you can fold them in and out. They're best just kind of left up like that, out of the way. Head is on a rotating swivel, rotates around, goes up to there, down to there. Not a lot of movement, to be honest, out of that head, but it's a good looking head. Shoulders will rotate around on this joint. Sometimes it gets stuck down below this little window, and you got to just click it back up so this white piece is on top. and then it works right. But you really want it above there. Butterfly joint on this joint here. You have a shoulder lift up to there. Your rotation at the bicep, it does collide with the door, but if you unpeg the door, you get the arm rotated around. So you have a little bit of room to work there. Double jointed elbow does get you the full bend. So that's nice. Rotation at the wrist. In and out movement at the wrist. Fingers are single pinned and they just feel very antiquated. I don't know why at this day and age, we should stop doing curled fingers. But you do have a pin at the thumb, pin at the bottom 3 fingers, pin at the pointer finger, but of course, again, it's useless because it's curled at the end. Rotation at the waist, ab crunch. This ab crunch is a little bit on the loose side, but luckily it is on a screw. So you can see the screw right there. So if you need to, you can tighten that up. But it does get a little bit forward and backward on that ab crunch. For the legs, you have a double hip movement. So this moves back and forth all the way up to there, back to there. A little bit looser than I'd want it. This outward movement on this hip is also a little bit loose. There's a lot of die cast. So you have die cast in the thigh, in this lower leg, in this bottom piece. So that's a lot of die cast in this leg. I was surprised how much there was. You have a forward and backward here on this thigh joint too. So sometimes it can get a little discombobulated, but just keep in mind, that was actually, Fioravanti had that too. I just didn't notice it. But they both have that kind of movement. Rotation of the thigh, running universal, that is a little bit tight, but nothing like the runabout figure. Rotation at the knee gives you 90 degrees. That's nicely toleranced. Forward and backward on this hinge, and again, it's on a screw, so if it starts loosening up, which it did on mine, you can just tighten that up. You have ankle tilt to the side, up to there. As far as accessories, we just get the single gun done in the chrome. It's good looking, but it would have been nice to have a little bit more than this. That will fit into the hand. And then you can close the fist around it. And there you go. And it's a little bit loose. But I think it's a nice looking gun. I was surprised they didn't give us blast effects like they did for Fioravanti. And those blast effects don't fit on here, so I don't know, maybe that was just a one-off thing, one-time thing, but we don't get the blast effects this time. And for size comparison, there it is next to the X-Transbots Fioravanti, their version of Overdrive, and they look good together. I think it's a nice set. This guy's a little bit bigger. He's a tiny bit taller. Maybe that's intentional, I don't know. But this guy also has a ton of loose little things, especially in the ankles and in the legs. I did retighten everything, and thankfully it is on a screw, but I just noticed both of them tend to loosen up over time. So you do have to tighten those screws, but nice looking pair together. And there it is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime. Fits in nicely. Regular Carbot size, so it's going to look nice in a Masterpiece collection. So final recommendations on the X-Transbots Yaguchi. So this is a mixed bag for me. On the one hand, I really like the vehicle mode. They nailed the look of that Toyota Celica Supra, which I've always been a fan of. And I do like the battle mode with the flip down doors and the guns and the pop-out gun on the top. That all looks nice and works. Even the pop-up headlights look really nice. I also think the robot mode, at least from the front and certain angles, looks good. From the side, it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty incomplete. It's almost like they couldn't figure out what to do. They changed the design last minute. And the back is kind of kibbly. I'd be okay with this piece, but these really should have folded in, which seems like that's what the original design was anyways. But the paint chipping is pretty much unexcusable. On very first transformation, we shouldn't have all these paint chips all over the place. Here on the door, on the bottom of the door. You know, just right here. I mean, why is that chipping? You got a little paint chip in the black. You know, little things like that. Really just fit and finish kind of stuff. We got loose screws. Now, I've tightened all these screws, but in the ankle joints and stuff like that, things get loose. And I think it's time for us to stop just letting it go and saying, hey, this is the only company that's going to make a Masterpiece Omnibot. So let's just take what they give us. For one, am not going to accept that, right? I need better. So for me personally, I don't think I'm going to be buying any more X-Transbots. I'll probably finish the Omnibot. There's one more to go, and then I think I'm done. I just don't want to do that anymore. Now, you might say, oh, that's just your copy, or you made this paint chip. Well, okay, but that is my copy. That is my experience. I can only share my experience. If yours didn't chip, then I'm happy for you. Now, I would recommend you transform it a couple times and then see if it paint chips. But my recommendation is, if you're going to buy this, don't transform it. Just leave it in one mode and enjoy it that way. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.